It's an honor to be with you. Assalamu alaikum ve Ramadan Mubarak. So, I threw my talk in front of my tween daughter this afternoon and her friends. And I survived, but the world knows no snark like a room full of tween girls. The stories we choose to tell are important because we have finite time and energy. What we choose to emphasize, which voices we amplify, matters deeply. And especially right now as we're watching what's happening, not just in our own backyards with racism and hatred, but what we're watching happening in the world around us, and especially in the Middle East right now. The narrative that we've all been watching unfold in Israel, Palestine, has been a source of soul-tearing despair for many of us, and long before October 7th. But since October 7th and the war in Gaza, with all its horror and personal losses for many of us, has only served to reinforce a sense of hopelessness for many people. And it plays into collective loss and trauma, and generational loss and trauma. It's especially difficult to have perspective when our echo chambers just continually reinforce the version of the story that we've been stuck with. So standing together is seeking to change that story, and we are seeking to boost the signal of better stories. Like us meeting tonight. It's like I've come to Comic-Con, but with the really cool people. So this is good for my heart. This is a better story. And though it's not as sexy as people at a rally screaming slogans at one another, this is infinitely better. And this is precious, and we should hold this as precious. So I want to draw your attention to standing together and say that it is changing the story, it is changing the reality, it's growing rapidly amongst Palestinians and Jews, and they are insisting on speaking for themselves rather than they're having their voices hijacked. They're insisting on social justice and equality and people-centric democracy. We see fascism operating all over the world right now, but this is one of those moments where we have a chance to have a better voice. They're demanding the freedom of the hostages and the end to occupation and war. There are roughly 7 million Jews and 7 million Palestinians living in that area, and no one is going anywhere. So we have to figure out how to live together, and not just live, but thrive and heal. This movement is good news. And it's not just standing together. There is other good news out there. There's women waging peace. There's women of the sun. There's breaking the silence, combatants for peace, the parents' circle. There are good things happening. And I'm inviting you to help boost those signals, to tell different stories. We can only pick so many stories to tell. Let us also tell good stories and flip the narrative. So, thank you.
Thank you.